Well, civil society organizations in Africa have urged rich nations to end the blockade of intellectual property rights to allow formal negotiations at the World Trade Organization. The call comes as governments prepare to meet for another round of talks with the WTO. CGTN's Daniel Arapmoi reports.
Months after India and South Africa made their initial proposal for a waiver on vaccine intellectual property rights, civil society organizations in Africa have added their voice. Representatives of over 20 CSOs across Africa have urged the US, UK, EU and the G20 countries to support South Africa and India's proposal at the next rounds of talks.
We should temporarily waive these rights that the pharmaceutical companies hold on to, so that the technology, the recipes, and the science of producing vaccines can be shared with countries that have capacity, so that we can quickly mass produce enough and safe vaccines and vaccinate everyone in the world and bring this disease under control.
This, they say, will allow scale-up in production and ensure Africa's equitable and affordable access to the desperately needed vaccines.
We are asking for the countries where these vaccinations have been developed for them to give up the intellectual property related to the manufacturing and the production of these vaccines, and so that they can be produced in a more bigger and through economies of scale in other parts of the world, and to also effectively roll out the vaccination program across a bigger part of the population, including citizens here in Africa.
The group says a no vote at the World Trade Organization by any country will be considered a vote in favor of prolonged pandemic. The CSOs urged rich nations to refrain from any action that unduly impacts on state stability to ensure availability and accessibility of COVID-19 vaccines. Daniel Arapmoi, CGTN, Nairobi, Kenya.